Well, hello everybody. Happy Tuesday. Hope everybody's having an incredible day. My name is Jeff Street. I teach people how to make money from home online. And today I want to talk to you about how to have people see you as a leader in what you do. See, we always act consistent with our self-concept. Our self-concept is always consistent with the way that we act. And understand this, fear holds us back because of the way that we see ourselves. See, we got to go out and see ourselves as a leader. But a lot of people, one of the things I can tell you is if you see yourself as weak, if you see yourself as too small, other people are going to see you that way as well. And you're never going to be successful because of the way that you see yourself. So I would encourage you today is see yourself as a leader. See yourself as somebody that's bold, somebody that's courageous, somebody that's giving, somebody that's grateful, somebody that's an influencer. So you got to see yourself as that person. But how do you see yourself as that person? And whatever it is that you do, I want you to think for a minute about somebody you really respect. Somebody that's at the top of the game, doing what it is that you do. And whatever it is that you start to feel stuck, you got to ask yourself, what would that person do in that particular situation? And you just emulate them. You do what it is that you think that they would do at that situation. My wife and I, have a saying, anytime we're in a difficult situation, a difficult conversation, dealing with a difficult person, we think about a leader that we really respect tremendously in his boldness, in the way that he deals with people. And that's a leader by the name of Mr. Mike Mazur. And something we always ask ourselves when we get in those situations is what would Mike Mazur do? What would Mike Mazur say? So whatever it is that you do, think about somebody you really respect and ask yourself, what would that person do? What would that person say in that particular situation? If you're in business or you're in sales, here's another perspective that I'll give you. Maybe at some point you've got fear of making a follow-up call. Maybe at some point you've got fear in calling a prospect. And one of the things that I would tell you is you got to go out and examine the situation. And what I mean by that is if you don't call the person, if you don't go out and make that follow-up call, think about this for a minute. Right now, that person is not doing business with you. Right now, that person is not, buying from you or working on your team, whatever the case may be. Right now, they're not doing that. So if you think about this, if you call them and they say no to you, then in reality, nothing has actually changed. Before the no, they weren't doing business with you. They weren't working with you. They weren't buying with you. After they say no to you, they're still not. So the reality is if you make the phone call and somebody says no, the reality is nothing has actually changed. But what if the person says yes? What if that person's of great influence? What if that person has a great network? What could that do for you if they say yes? See, one thing a mentor of mine told me, he said, Jeff, fear is temporary, but regret is forever. The worst thing that somebody could say is no. But what if you don't call the person and somebody else does, and they say yes to somebody else, not you? How would you feel? Nauseous, sick to your stomach. So examine the situation. If you go out and just act like the person you respect would, and you make the call and say yes, everything's changed. But if you act like that person, make the call and they say so, and somebody says no, it's okay, because still nothing has changed. It's the same as it was before. You just got to know out of the way. But unless you change, everything will always remain the same. Unless you change the way you see yourself, the self-concept. In the Bible, it says, without vision, people will perish. Without vision, my people will perish. So you got to have that vision of yourself as a leader. And once you see yourself that way, it's amazing how other people start to see yourself that way as well. So I want somebody to drop a comment that says vision. Drop a comment if you're watching right now that says vision. But here's the last thing I want to talk to you about on this piece is that the act will always precede the outcome. Let me say that again. The act will always precede the outcome. See, some people say to me, Jeff, when I become successful, I'm going to do this. Some people say, when I become successful, I'm going to call this person. I'm going to call that person. When I become successful, people are going to start to respect me. People are going to start to look at me differently. When I become successful, that's going to happen. But here's the reality. That'll never happen. If you wait to become successful before you do, you will never become successful, because the act has to always precede the outcome. You see yourself as a great leader, you become successful. You make the call that you wanted to wait to make, you become successful. You get yourself out of the comfort zone, you act like the person that you respect would act, you do the things that they're going to do, and all of a sudden, here's what's amazing, you have the things that they have because you emulated them. You know, I love our business, the home-based business, because in school, when you copy what somebody else is doing, they call that cheating. And that's not a good thing. They don't pass you for that. In this business, in the home-based business industry, they call it R&D. Nope, not research and development, rob and duplicate. You just take what somebody else said that you thought was great, you say the same thing, you teach the same things, and all of a sudden people call you genius. So if you got something out of, today, go ahead and hit the share button. If you think that somebody else could go out and get something out of today's message, definitely hit the share button. Barbara Dennison, awesome to see you. Yes, fear is temporary, but regret is forever. So guys, click the share button if you think somebody else could go out and benefit from today's message, and drop a comment. Drop a comment for me right now that says, I am a leader. Not me, not that I'm a leader, you are a leader. Write down, I am a leader. And by you going out and writing that message today, it's starting to change your self-image right now of the way you see yourself, of the way other people see you, and all of a sudden success becomes attracted to you because the way that you see yourself. So again, everybody, my name is Jeff Street. I teach people how to make money from home online. Hope that you got something out of today's message. Drop a comment that says, I am a leader. Yes, Shannon Keating, you are a leader. Yes, Carlos Diaz, you are a leader. Yes, Melissa Street, you are a leader. Yes, Gregory Williams, I love seeing that in the feed. Again, hit the share button. God bless everybody. Hope you have an incredible rest of your night. You are a leader, Barbara. Absolutely. Have an incredible rest of your night. God bless, and we'll see everybody in tomorrow's message. Talk to you soon, everybody. Have a great night. God bless you.